PMacMovies back for another PMacMovies haul video. This time is a haul. It is a package from Bill, Geriatric Geek, the man. I do want to say this before we get into the haul, and it's quite a few DVDs, some 4K, some Blu-rays. As far as, some people, it seems like, get jealous or, when I get donated things or, people help out the channel. But, obviously it's free to watch these videos. It's up to you if you feel it necessary or if you feel like you enjoy the channel enough to help out. I have developed a lot of relationships. The people who send me stuff, I usually have pretty solid relationships with. I've developed friendships. People like Bill, like Joe Masiello, talk back and forth at least a little bit every day, almost every day. So, it's not just, people just watching the channel necessarily and donating, although there's some of those too, but most of the people who do donate or help out the channel, send me stuff. I do try to engage them and talk to them and keep in touch. And so that's part of it too. It's not just using people for their money and getting stuff from using them. It's about forming relationships and bonds with people. And that's one of the biggest things that's happened through having PMacMovies. But part of it is continuing to build my collection. If I can help get some funds to help out with that, that's something that I do with this channel. Develop relationships, develop friendships. That's something. So there's a lot of things that come from having the YouTube channel, and that's why I keep doing this, because I enjoy it to some degree. I wouldn't enjoy it though if it wasn't something where I could engage with people and develop some of these relationships. Because the money, or the people donate codes and send me stuff, those things don't make it worth the time and effort I put into making these videos. It's a combination of those things and the relationships and engaging with people, which is why I do try to get back to people in the comment sections and things like that. And actually, I was looking at a pretty recent video, and I got to get back to people on a few of those. But I think I do pretty good as far as keeping up with the comment sections. It might be the week after where I reply to everybody. I do my best. I've also been noticing for the videos, like when somebody leaves a comment, it used to always flag it so I'd see it, but now it seems like it misses a lot of those. So I don't know what's going on. If you left a comment and I don't respond to you, it may be because it didn't alert me to the comment, so I didn't go back and see it. But I do try to engage with it as many people as I can, and even try to do some back and forth conversations. So that's part of this thing. That's part of it. But Bill has sent me another great package. Some really cool stuff in this one, and some stuff that I would have bought if I found it for the price that was right, and some stuff that maybe not, but expand my horizons, like I say. But there's actually some really cool stuff, some Blu-rays, some DVDs. Let's take a look at what I got. Let's start with the DVDs. First, the ones I actually had Bill looking for at Dollar Tree. He found for me the Ben Stiller show here. I do enjoy some Ben Stiller. So this is 299 minutes, like a pretty short acting show. I guess it wasn't in there very long. It wasn't a show that lasted very long. This is way back from '92, so it's kind of an older one. Ben Stiller still, to me, he doesn't seem like he's really that old, but I guess he's somewhat. Is that Bob Odenkirk? I didn't even realize that Bob Odenkirk was in this from, I think that show with David Cross. What the heck's that? I forget, but, so glad to get that one. That's one I actually requested. This is one that he was going to include in the last package. I think he just missed to include it, so I reminded him. And this is a movie I've heard really good things about. It is The Nightingale. The Nightingale here. This is 136 minutes. Well, it's kind of a long one. Shout Factory. And it says it stars Aisling Franciosi, who's Lyanna Stark from Game of Thrones. So this was one of the ones I was really looking forward to get, and it's from the writer and director of The Babadook, which is a good one. A really like psychological horror movie. So we'll see. I mean, it's not a Scream Factory one, so I think this is probably going to be more like drama than horror. But we'll see. From 2019. The rest of these were just ones that he had, and he asked if I was interested in them, and I said sure. The ones I'm most excited about are Frankenstein here. This is a mini-series, 2 hours, 57 minutes. This stars Donald Sutherland. I gotta have me all those Donalds. Luke Goss is also in this. Julie Delpy, William Hurt. So this is actually a really strong cast. And I don't know if this was like, this must have been like a TV miniseries or maybe like direct-to-video. I don't know, but it says a complete miniseries event, so I don't know like where this aired or anything. But I kind of looked into reviews of it, and it actually sounded like it's pretty good. So I'm glad to get that one. A few other ones that looked pretty interesting to me. How to Save Us. Looks like he was all ready for the sea, baby. Look at this guy. He's ready. So there's that one. This one looked kind of good, but I really don't know much about it, so I can't really say. It looks like MVD put this out. I don't know. I don't remember, like, if I would have saw this at a Dollar Tree, I would have got it. So I don't know where Bill got this from. If he, like, ordered it from somewhere, if he got it from a Dollar Tree, or what. What year did it come out? 2015. This one I heard is, like, pretty decent. It's got the kid from Hunger Games there. Detention. Looks like it's like a high school movie. I tend to like high school movies. This is actually put out by Sony. It's 93 minutes. Let me know if you know anything about it. It says it's a horror comedy. Looks like this might actually be the Canadian version because it's got like a little English synopsis and then a French synopsis. Let's see. This would have been a really cool one if I didn't already have it. This was actually a movie that I wanted to see again, and I found a copy at Goodwill. He sent me Popeye here, and it's got like the can of spinach on it. I have like I think like the original DVD release of this, but actually a Robert Altman movie, which is kind of surprising. But I remember seeing this as a kid, and I still haven't gotten around to it again. Another one that looked interesting, pretty good. Rutger Hauer's in this, the Señata. Ooh, we got some creepy kids. Some creepy looking kids on the back. Yeah, I really know nothing about it, but I like the look of it, like kind of the dark horror look of it. Looks like it could be good. These ones looked more like low budget stuff. These DVDs here. C. Thomas Howell and Lance Henriksen. And the Da Vinci Treasure. So this looks like kind of a ripoff of the Tom Hanks Da Vinci Code movies. This is an Asylum one. Bill sent me a bunch of Asylum ones, which I think those movies tend to be not the greatest. I'll certainly take them still, though. Let's see. This is another Asylum one. This has Bruce Boxleitner from Babylon 5 and Tron. And Zach Galligan. I'm not quite sure who Zach Galligan is. I know there's that guy from Friday Night Lights that has a name similar to that, but I don't think it's him because... is that Zach Galligan? I don't know. I forget what the guy from Friday Night Lights' name is. I like him, though. He's good. Let's see. We got another Asylum one. Looks like a fantasy movie called Dragon Crusaders. A group of fugitive Knights Templar attacks a pirate ship. And they are cursed to turn into hideous monsters. They must defeat the wizard dragon who is determined to destroy it. Huh. Probably some low-budget, cheesy fun. These ones are not Asylum. I think there might be some Blu-rays that might be Asylum too. We'll see. And then one called Arbor Demon, which says don't breathe on it, which is interesting considering everything that's going on these days. Again, looks like, you know, kind of a low-budget one. Gravitas Adventures, maybe like something you'd find at Dollar Trees. It looks like he got this from Horror Pack. Bill does every month, he shows off the Horror Pack movies, and I think probably some of these come from that because he might already have the movie and then he gets it from Horror Pack. And then one called Zambo. This is a full moon DVD, 96 minutes from 1972. It looks like some cheesy safari stuff. What's he kung fuing it out there against some monkeys and leopards? I have no idea. And then we have the Blu-rays and the 4Ks. Let's take a look at the 4Ks first. This is actually a movie that I'm really glad to get in 4K. I remember getting the Steelbook of this when it came out. I think I was, back when I worked in the prison system, at least for the first, like, 10 months, I worked, like, it was like a 50-minute drive, and I would go by a couple stores. There's a couple stores, so I would buy new releases once in a while. I would stop in and relieve some of the stress from working in the prisons by buying new release movies once in a while, not all the time. But this was one of the ones where I got like the Target Steelbook. But glad to get it on 4K. It is Ender's Game. Now, what's kind of funny, kind of weird, kind of cool about this one is I was actually thinking about rewatching this again recently because I was watching like a video on it a few weeks ago, probably about a month ago. Maybe even more than that, actually. Maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago. I was watching like a YouTube video talking about this movie. And I wanted to watch it again. So glad to be able to watch it on 4K now. Now probably I'll like put the 4K disc in the Steelbook. Maybe if it's like a DVD Blu-ray Steelbook, I can take out the DVD and put in the 4K. I don't know. We'll see. Ender's Game. Good one. And... now this, Bill actually already sent me the Steelbook of this, but then I also won the regular slipcover version in a contest that he had. Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. I'm not so sure about the art on the front of it, but the slipcover is nice. It has a nice feel to it and everything. And I believe he got this just for the contest, or maybe he ended up with an extra copy or whatever. But, so he did a giveaway, and I, like, never win giveaways when people do giveaways. My whole life, I don't know if I've ever, like, I guess there's been a few things where, like, everybody won something where I won something, but if it's, like, kind of random like this, like, I don't really win those sort of things. Like, I can't ever remember winning anything like that, so that was pretty cool. It's a really nice one. I don't know. So I got the Steelbook and this now. I don't need both, so we'll see what I do with one of those. I thought there was another 4K. Yes, there is. Here it is. This is a movie I do have on Blu-ray. Not a great movie, but he had an extra copy of the 4K, and you know, he asked me if I wanted it, so I took it. It is Inferno here on 4K, starring Tom Hanks and Felicity Jones, so I can sell my Blu-ray of that. I wonder if I have the slipcover on my Blu-ray. I probably don't, but I might. Another Dollar Tree one, I asked Bill if he could look for a bunch of things from Dollar Tree, and he found an extra copy of this out-of-print Blu-ray. It is Sly Stallone in Driven. Let's actually open this baby up. You never know with the Dollar Tree stuff. I've gotten them from there with no disc in it. And other people have bought things with no discs in them before. Actually, we got a digital code too, which I don't know if that works. A Driven digital code there. And there's the disc. And I don't know if I've told this story before, but my family was... we were in Toronto one summer, and we were walking, I think we were walking home from, I don't know if it was probably dinner, maybe a baseball game, but probably dinner. And, you know, they had kind of the streets they were doing something where they had stuff kind of shut down in a certain area. And we talked to one of the guys who was, you know, kind of keeping the people out, and he was saying that they were making a Sylvester Stallone movie, and this was the movie I believe that they were making right here, Driven, starring Burt Reynolds, Kit Pardue, Gina Gershon, and of course, Sly himself. Never seen the movie, never owned it on Blu-ray or DVD until now. PMac was involved in that movie. Not really, but, you know, I walked through the thing. Up next, this is one that I was actually thinking about getting. I think it was like $7 or $8 on Walmart.com recently. I decided to hold off. I figured, you know, it'll probably be at like a Big Lots or something here at some point. It is Don't Think Twice, so now I don't have to get it at Big Lots because Bill sent it to me. This has Keegan-Michael Key, who was on that Key and Peele show, comedy show, which is... I've seen a fair amount of skits from that. Pretty funny show. Movie looks decent. I don't watch a ton of comedies anymore, but this one looks good. Another movie that I thought looked and sounded very good. This is a Well Go Blu-ray starring Emile Hirsch, Bruce Dern. Those are the only ones I know. Oh, this is still sealed too. I didn't even realize that. Gotta open this baby up too. It is Freaks here on Blu-ray. Definitely a movie that I had seen that it was released, and it was a movie I was interested in and probably would buy for, you know, $6 or less. So I was glad that Bill sent me this one. It actually sounds really interesting. Kept locked inside the house by her father, 7-year-old Chloe lives in fear and fascination of the outside world where abnormals create a constant threat. Or so she believes. When a mysterious stranger offers her a glimpse of what's really happening outside, Chloe soon finds that while the truth isn't so simple, the danger is very real. This sounds really good. I'm going to have to check this baby out. A dark, thrilling sci-fi ride. This really sounds up my alley. Another cool one. This is a Scream Factory. I don't know anything about this movie, but of course, when you get a Hammer production Scream Factory, that's pretty sweet. Still sealed. Demons of the Mind. I don't even know really any of the actors in this. It's from 1974, 84 minutes. You know, these Scream Factories, you tend to have to pay about $20 for them, so to be able to get one for free is really sweet. Looks like a good movie there. Okay. Let's see, what else do we got here? This one, I don't know much about this, but I actually looked into it. This got pretty good reviews. It is American Mary, put out by the Soska sisters, which, what else did the Soska sisters put out? I feel like I've heard of them before. I can't really think of what movie they put out, but this one looks kind of weird and interesting, so glad to get this one. Again, still sealed. This one I believe people were finding from Dollar Tree. I don't know where Bill got it from necessarily, but it's Ron Perlman, Edward Furlong. It looks like the main character here is Josh Lawson. I don't know who he is, but it's Crave. This actually looks like an interesting kind of thriller type movie. Really don't know much about it. I did see that people were getting it from Dollar Trees though, so I was glad that Bill had that one. Another one I've never heard of, looks like a low budget horror movie. Hold Your Breath. Put out by GT Media. A new horror classic in the vein of urban legend and Final Destination. Interesting. Urban legend and Final Destination. Now the Final Destinations I never really got into, even though I think I have them all. The urban legends, I like the urban legend more than the Final Destination for sure. I thought both urban legend movies were pretty entertaining. Up next, this looks like a UK one. I wonder if Bill got this from Amazon UK or something. Maybe he was buying a few things from Amazon UK and threw this in or something. I'm not sure. It is Dead Rising Watchtower, starring Jesse Metcalfe, Virginia Madsen, Dennis Haysbert's in this, and Rob Riggle. It actually has quite the cast there. So a little zombie movie. Looks like a kind of a fun zombie movie. Actually, I read the back of this one too. I'm gonna read the back of this one to you. The city of East Mission, Oregon is in lockdown. There's been a large-scale zombie outbreak, and the mandatory government vaccine has failed to stop the infection from spreading. Now 4 survivors must join forces to evade infection and track down the cause of the epidemic, with all signs pointing to a government cover-up and the city collapsing into mass panic and chaos. Their perilous journey to escape the quarantine zone becomes a race against time and a fight to save humanity. It's weird how some of these movies just they feel too familiar. This one is the Asylum Blu-ray here. Asteroid versus Earth. I feel like, did Hamilton Book maybe have this one on there? Maybe Bill got this from Hamilton Book. So I don't know. I didn't get it, but again, if you're in the mood for kind of like just a turn your brain off kind of sci-fi thriller, you pop that in and relax. This one also looked like it might be really interesting. It is called Thal. Never heard of it. Blu-ray DVD combo from Screamfest. So Screamfest. This is another Accelerator one. The one of these was it the American Mary? Yeah, this is Accelerator, and this is Accelerator. Screamfest. So this actually looks like it might be a pretty good line, because I think both of these movies were fairly decently regarded. Because I looked up reviews and stuff for these after I got them from Bill, and these actually sounded like they were pretty good. So let's read the back of Thal here. 2 crime scene cleaners discover a mythical tailed female creature in a concealed cellar. She never utters a word, unable to tell her story, but the pieces of the puzzle soon come together. She's been held captive for decades for reasons soon to surface. Hailed by critics at film festivals around the world, Thal is an unearthed treasure that should not be missed, says Ain't It Cool News. These look like good ones. And then I do already have this one. It is Dead Snow 2. However, I'm not sure if I have this particular one, which is the Well Go Entertainment version of this. And I'm kind of interested. I think it might be right over here. There's Dead Snow. Here's Dead Snow 2. So I think this might have been one I got from Hamilton Book. But the thing is, these look the exact same. They are the exact same. It looks like the special features. It's the same disc. But this one is E1. And this one is Well Go. So this is a Canadian one, you can see. It looks like it's the same exact disc, but it's got like the French stuff on the back. So I'll probably sell, you know, the French Canadian one and keep the Well Go one. Not that it really matters much, but that's probably what I'll do. I actually, you know, I wanted both of those movies, the Dead Snow movies. Here's the first one, because I heard that they were really good, and then I never watched them. PMac. But the thing is, I have so many unwatched movies, like trying to pick one, it's tough. Sometimes you just got to be like, I'm picking one, and that's it. I'm not thinking, I'm not looking anymore. I'm just, boom, that's it. That's the one. And that is everything that Bill sent me. I do appreciate that very much. I do definitely consider Bill a friend. And if you're interested in helping out the channel, if you want me to watch some movies, review movies, anything like that, you can reach out to me by email and let me know. Like I said, these videos are free. You know, I think some people do appreciate the videos enough to want to, you know, reward me for the time and effort that I put into these, but that's totally up to you if you want to do that. It's kind of disappointing to hear when people pick you out in particular, like, you shouldn't be asking for anything. Well, there's a shit ton of YouTubers who get sent stuff, and so it's okay if they're good enough, but basically it's saying you're not good enough to you know, get rewarded for your effort and your time. You're not good enough. You should just be doing this for fun. And you know, so it's kind of a slap in the face in that regard. Like, oh well, it's okay if those people get stuff from people and you know, get donations and stuff. But if somebody wants to send me something or wants to donate to me, what should I refuse it? Like that, it doesn't really make sense. So it's like people it is basically like, you're not good enough. You don't deserve anything. You shouldn't be, you know, putting that out there. But by all means, you know, it's totally up to people if they want to do that. And there's only really a few people who donate. So, you know, most of the people who watch this are, you know, it's free, and it's something that I do enjoy doing. But I also, you know, like I said in the beginning, I already put it all out there. So I hope you appreciate the videos. Hope you have a good weekend, and let me know your thoughts on anything that Bill sent me, because quite honestly, I don't know much about most of what he sent me, but I was really happy to get it all. This is a really, really good package. And actually looking through it, it's like all stuff that's still sealed, which I didn't even really think about when I opened it. There's only a few things in here that have been opened, so it's really cool. I will put a link to Bill's channel, Geriatric Geek. He does you know, haul videos from Goodwill, other stuff that he gets. He does like the horror pack unboxings. I'm not so much into like the Funko Pops and the other collectibles, but if you're into those things, he does videos for those too. So definitely check him out. I think he's right around 1,000 subscribers. He might be over it now, so that's really cool too. You know, that's a good milestone to get to, is 1,000 subscribers, and it feels like I pretty much hit like kind of a standstill once I got to like 2,000. It just hasn't went up really a lot, and you know, part of that is because I do put my opinions out there, and people unfortunately like don't appreciate that, which, you know, that's the way it is, and I understand that you know, people are going to be like that, but I think things are too important, especially now. I think things are very much too important to be not speaking out to some degree. You know, in a few years, if things go a certain way and I felt like I could have done more, I'm going to wish I did it. So that, to me, that's more important. And, you know, it's going to lead to possibly less subscribers. That's just the way we're going to have to do it. But I do appreciate you guys for watching. And you've accomplished a lot by making it to the end of the video. you've won PMac's heart by making it to the end of this video. I do appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate everybody who comments, because most people don't. So even if you just leave a comment and thumbs up the video, you've done more than probably over 90% of who watches the video. So we will see you guys next time on PMac.